Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here. I don't know where that came from. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling tune-up Tuesday. Yes, that day of the week where we put the tunes on, we sing, we dance, we cut up the dance floor in our own private space. Or some of you may actually be in a dance studio, ripping up the dance, tripping the light fandango. Is that right? I don't know. My brain's gone. It's fried. I don't know where it is. It left. It left the building. I don't know where it went. It's been it's been a super fantastic sparkling day. I have gotten a lot done today. A lot of work done for one client. Got a lot of work done on the chat today. And somehow in there, I also managed to get some work done for myself, for my own businesses. It was really cool. I don't know what happened, but the Etsy thing got fixed because I was trying to log in. I was trying to create an Etsy account yesterday, and it told me that my email was not valid. And I'm like, I've been using this email for a couple of years now, and for whatever reason, so this morning when I logged on, I cleared the cookies, cleared the cache, everything else, went in there and said, log me in, and it went boom, and I was like, yay! So I got to spend some of my time, some of my free time working on that and getting that set up. So that's kind of exciting. Uh, let's see, what else did I do today? It's just been a busy day, getting stuff done, singing, playing the tunes, singing along to the tunes, getting up and dancing at times just for a break from sitting. Zeffy just looks at me like, what the hell? She really has no clue half the time what to do with me. Although the expression on her face when she kind of looks at me like, what are you doing? Kind of reminds me of Brad sitting in his chair going, what are you doing? For some reason this morning I was very emotional as well. I don't know what was going on. It's the 7th of June, and yesterday almost forgot that yesterday was the 78th anniversary of D-Day, of the landings at Normandy. I got a post put out on Facebook pretty late on that last night. So I normally remember that one, and for some reason yesterday I didn't. And but if you ever read the statistics of the number of people involved, I mean, that thing is unbelievable. If you look at the number of people involved in that, the number of not just the number of people involved in executing that plan, but also those that were involved in planning it and figuring out, they didn't have the communication technology that we have today. Everything was done with couriers, people actually running and hand delivering things. There were things that were done by radio and code. There was thing that was done by telephone. It was just, it blows my mind every time I look. And if you find my post on Facebook, it's got a map, and it tells you where the people came in, how many paratroopers were jumped, how many gliders were involved, how many troops were brought ashore by the amphibious vehicles and all of that. Just the if you just look at the numbers, it is mind blowing. I mean, we're not talking just a few thousand people; we're talking hundreds of thousands. And I'm like, every time it's just, it was an incredible feat. And I know it's Hollywoodized in the movie The Longest Day. But that's the closest I can get to just imagining what it would have been like on that day. It was just unbelievable. But yeah, I can't believe I forgot yesterday. I almost forgot that yesterday was D-Day. That was, I don't typically forget things like that. But that one was sort of like, what the hell were you doing or thinking type of thing. So we all have those little moments. It's okay. And tonight I am really exhausted. I'm just feeling very exhausted, very tired. Like I said, it started off as a very emotional day. I don't know what the heck was going on, why I was so emotional. But it's just one of those things. all I can put it down to is for some reason there was just waves of grief coming in, and looking at the date going, it's not even near an anniversary or a birthday or anything like that. So what's going on? No clue. So it was a rough day emotionally for me, but I still got a lot of stuff done, got a lot of productivity done, got some work done towards my goals, and at the same time also got work done for clients and helped out on the chat today. So it was a very productive day. Very productive day. But tune up is all about making those tweaks and changes to the processes that you have, to the plans that you have. When you're working on something and you're going, this isn't quite working as well, and you make those little tweaks and changes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I get it. So there's been a lot of that going on today too. Even got groceries done at some point today. I got my groceries delivered. It was 103 degrees when the guy came to deliver it. And fortunately, I am so thankful so far this week that the winds have not been high enough that I've had to pull the awning in. So I've been able to have the awning, which means my passenger side has been in the shade, especially my refrigerator vent. That's the biggest one. Because the refrigerator doesn't work too well when that vent gets too hot or has hot sun on it. And then my neighbors left today, and when I was out walking, we actually did 2 walks with Zephyr this morning. And on our second walk, we're out, and we'd just been over to the trash can to drop off her bags. And the neighbor pulls up as they were heading out, and they saw, just that you can park in the carport now. And I said, okay, and they told me when they'd be back. And again, I thanked them for it. So we decided we never do on a weekday. We got back from that walk, we hopped in the car, and we went off and got breakfast. Yep, let's go get breakfast. We had to start the car up to move it anyway, so we went off, got breakfast, came back, parked in the carport, and then came back here and ate breakfast, and got stuck into the day. And it's just been a busy day, a busy day. So lots of tweaks and changes going on. But the cool part is that I had the music going, was able to get up and dance some of it away as well. I like the fact that I'm here at the table and I can stand next to it and I can march in place and I can dance on the spot. Anything just to keep the movement going, which is always good. If you've got a job where if you're working and you have to spend a lot of hours sitting, and you're not able, like me, not able to have a standing desk that you can raise and lower depending on whether you want to sit or stand and that sort of stuff, then if you're able to get up next to your desk and just march in place or dance, do it. I spend way too much time sitting, and since I got my little crazy pedometer thingy, it's encouraging me to just like slide out, just stand here and dance, and then when the thing goes ding, I can sit down and I can take care of that chat and do that. And then sometimes you get hooked up with the chats just come rolling on in, and other times it's sort of like, okay, we're quite again. We'll just slide here and stand here, and you can see the monitor the whole time. It's just the keyboard's in the wrong height to comfortably type, because I'd have to bend down and type, and yeah, I know. Don't like that. But anyway, we're going to head out and go for our walk now. It's like 102 degrees outside, and the sun has set. Yeah, we're going for a low of 80 tonight, which means I'll have both AC units going, which means I probably won't get a lot of sleep, because this one here, which is closest to the bedroom, is the loudest of the two. Yeah. But tweaks and changes are always a good thing. It's always good to make changes as you go. You're going to have, you make your plans, you're going to have to make tweaks and changes to those plans anyway, because you've got to allow for new stuff that comes up. You've got to allow for new technology, new ways of doing things, finding more efficient ways of doing things, finding that, I just suddenly saw this on my desk and thought, yes, I need to do this before I go out, because we still got bad air quality stuff out. And this is my little Breathe vapor stick, and I'll put some under my nostrils, and be drinking a gallon of water before we leave. Actually, I'm not quite sure if it's a gallon of water, but we'll be drinking a lot of water before we go out, just because of the heat and the lack of humidity outside. And I'll make sure I have one of my Breathe lozenges, because last night having that little mini attack, that wasn't good. That was not good. Where was I? Oh yeah, so tweaks, changes, all of that's going to happen. You can have the best laid plans and something can come along and go boop and just knock you off track a little bit, and you got to make those tweaks and changes to adjust for the new direction that you're going to have to go in. Because do remember, the obstacles are, what's that saying? Something about the right direction. Obstacles are signs. No, I've totally forgotten what it is now. I've forgotten that saying about obstacles being, if you can't go over, under, through, or around an obstacle, then then an obstacle's put there to force you to go in the right direction. Something about obstacles in the right directions. I can't think of the saying. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Hang on. I'm trying to think of it. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. I had it written somewhere on a screen. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. So if you can't go under it, over it, through it, or around it, then that means that you're not supposed to go in that direction. So now you come up against an obstacle and there's no way in it, around it, over it, under it, through it. So now you have to decide, which way you're going to go. So it's like you've got a fork in the road. Now which way am I going to go? And it's still a forward momentum because you're taking steps in the right direction. So keep that in mind. The obstacles, just maybe a nudge that you need to go over a little further onto a different path to get to where you want to go. It's just the way the universe works. But anyway, I'm out of here. I got some stuff done on genealogy today too, which was really cool. I had a really good conversation with a friend of mine last night, and he gave me some good ideas, and so I've been taking some notes on those ideas for the genealogy stuff, looking at a really cool tool that can help in genealogy as well, especially with telling the story. We all know how important that I love to get out there and tell the story. So I'm going to be signing up for a program for a year, and to help me tell my story in a different way to what I've been writing. Still in the process, still writing different things down as they come up, and still have my little writing notebook where I'm writing out memories of trips that Brad and I have taken together, or things that we've been through and things that happen, which is going to be part of the 9 years, 8 months, 3 days, because it's all part of the journey. It's all part of that journey that we were on during that time in our life. But this other form of writing is going to be concentrating more on my life when I was growing up, and helping me bring around those memories. It's kind of funny because sometimes I'm just sitting here and I'll be working, and all of a sudden some random thought will pop into my head, like it usually does, but it'll be some random memory. And like I have this memory of sitting on my tricycle, and we had a carport, and I used to go and ride my tricycle up and down the driveway at this place where we had a carport, and my mum told me when I described it, she told me where it was. So I was sort of like, okay. And so sometimes that random thought just pops into my head, and I'm sort of like, is that a memory, or is that just something else that's just popping into my head where I think that happened, and I maybe saw a photograph that kind of had that, and I just kind of put the random thoughts together to get that memory. So it's kind of interesting with some of those earlier memories. I mean, you're talking about when I was like around 3. Yeah. So some of those earlier memories are like, did they actually happen, or were they dreams? I do have this really weird dream that I had when I was 6, and I remember it clear as day, and always trying to figure out what was the meaning behind that particular dream, because it's one that I vividly recall having when I was 6 years old, and I had it several nights in a row, and it's one that has always stuck with me over the years. There'll be times I don't even think about it, and all of a sudden something comes up and it just pops into my head, this dream from when I was 6 years old. And so I think, yeah, that's kind of weird. That's just sort of like, what is the meaning of this thing? It keeps popping up every now and again, and I'm sort of like, that's just kind of weird. I remember it clear as day. Do you have a dream like that when you were younger, and you had a dream that was so vivid that years later you still remember it? That I've got that. It's just that one that is crystal clear. It's a crystal clear memory of having that dream. And it's the only one I've got. Like other one, sometimes I get replays of dreams where it's bits and pieces of a dream I've had, and I know it's a dream that I've had. And other times it's just this one dream I had when I was 6 years old that I still remember to this day. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, I got a puppy that would like to go for a WALK. She's a very good patrol dog, did I tell you that? She's a good patrol dog. She was laying on the floor amongst all of her toys that she's taken out of her bed. So last night, I think it was last night, I posted a picture of her on the floor with her toys. And all of them except for the blue one, the dark blue one with the white bone around it, were all out of her bed. The other one was out of her toy box. And I think she's down to like 2, maybe 3 toys left in her bed now. But yeah, all the other ones are just in this one place on the floor, have not been moved. And I'm sort of like, I'm just going to see if she leaves them there or starts playing with them. Every now and again, I did kick one earlier accidentally, and she ended up chasing it and bringing it back and putting it back where it was. So anyway, we're off for WALK. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Tomorrow is Winning Wednesday. Don't forget to celebrate your wins. As you know, record your wins, record them, record the feeling about those wins so that you remember them, and you'll be surprised at how cool you'll get that feeling. And if you ever have a down day, just go open up your journal with all your wins in it and start reading through it, and just get that excitement back and get that energy flow going. I used to have I've got what's called a happy journal, and I made these for when I left my caregivers group when we were moving from Virginia. I made up these bags for each one, and they were just like, reusable grocery bags in all these different colors. And in each bag there was a journal, there was a set of colored pencils. There's a pack of colored pencils in there. There's a pack of colored pens in there. There was some little toy that if you squeezed it like a little dog or something, if you squeeze the dog, it would go, arf, arf, and it would start laughing. And it was called the Happy Bags. And it was all designed that and I wrote in the beginning, and I wrote in the journals of each one. I didn't put names on, so I didn't have to remember who got what color. I just handed them out. And basically the idea of those journals was to write down happy thoughts. Literally write down quotes that made you happy. Anything that made you happy, just write it in this journal. So whenever you had a down day, you could go pick up this journal, and you had the different colors, and then they were all bright colors that you could color the page if you wanted to. You could draw on it. You could use different colored pens to write in it. But the idea of these journals was to write in happy thoughts, happy quotes, anything that made you feel good, feel alive, and just bring you to a place of, I feel happy, just to bring you to that happy place, so that whenever you had a down feeling, you could go back through this journal and read it, and it would reignite the happy flame for you. So I need to start doing another happy journal. I got one around up there. Yes, in Zealand. So, but yeah, happy journals, and the happy journals actually led me to doing art journaling, which I haven't done, and I've done it in little pieces here and there over the years, but I now have my little box that's got some fun stuff in there, where I can start doing the art journaling again more regularly than I used to do. I used to do just a piece here and a piece there, but now I have my little kit, and I can go do some really cool art journaling stuff in there, and not doing it every day, but probably once a week at the moment. And because I have my journal, I do my journaling every morning, but I'm not doing art journaling. That just takes too much time to do in the morning, and I only have a certain amount of time before I have to take the dog to get ready to take the dog for a walk, and before I get on the calls and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, I'm out of here. Maybe I'll do some journaling tonight. We'll see. It's 77 degrees inside the RV right now, and it's 100 and... Alexa, what is the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 101 degrees today.
It's 101 today.
Tonight, it's got the low of 80 degrees.
Yeah, so the sun has set. It's down to 101 degrees outside. It's not 77 inside, so we're about to go for a walk. Anyway, we're out of here. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and don't forget, tomorrow is Winning Wednesday, so celebrate those wins We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening. Hey, Conera, you ready for your